Absolutely safe strategy for basketball. Right away you will learn about absolutely safe strategy for basketball. Also, you will become aware of all nuances, rules, advantages and the way you should be prepared for the work under the strategy. This strategy is very simple, yet at the same time it consists of its set of rules and specific nuances. I ask you not to suppose this strategy to be some kind of profitable mathematical formula or a very simple and thoughtless type of earning in a bookmaker's shop. It is nothing of that nature. The present strategy is very plain in technical context, but as I noted before, it includes a certain set of rules and its fine nuances, and it makes it somehow complex and at the same time absolutely without risk of loss. So first things first. I would like to specify that we do not play with the bookmaker within the frames of this strategy, but we work upon particular events. Those money we earn not have the heart to name it a winning. These are more likely earnings, as routine analysis is performed on daily basis and much efforts and time are spent for concentration during the game itself, but it is worth it. Also, I would like to set down the players seeking easy money in the bookmakers' shops or any profitable mathematical pattern. Dear losers, only bookmaker earns easy money and profitable mathematic patterns in sport are only for bookmaker. We work online in the frames of the present strategy, and the first stake is entered before the game and finish pressing out online. If needed, you will understand then why. For your information, the first stake is not entered in all leagues and championships before the game. The bookmaker does not provide broadcasting for some games, and one should wait for the championship to be online and then enter the first stake in the very beginning. All these leagues will be demonstrated in your personal account at our website. Just some words about advantage and disadvantage of work online. It is very easy to estimate a result of a certain event when entering online stakes on basketball and earn really good money every day in the truest sense of the word. But it is also easy to lose self-control and wimp out the whole bank just for 1 hour. Always remember that bookmaker earns online not on your mistakes and on your emotions. The mistake can be corrected at the first small loss, and emotions make you lose self-control and empty your bank. The accurate preliminary analysis of a match and cool head is a key to your success online. Now, let's explore the essential and absolutely safe strategy under the name first and second quarter per favorite. Those who are in the know have already understood everything I told. And for those who are not probably heard, saw floating around internet something similar, I recommended to watch this video till the end and to listen every word with no rewinding in order to work upon this strategy correctly in future. This strategy is really safe. We call it safe as it outputs the everyday results in the black. You have certainly met something like that at different forums, at various sites, and everywhere it includes very formal description without important details and with no reference to the topmost component of the strategy. The crucial component of the strategy, as well as for all the rest profitable ones in the world of betting, is a preliminary, the most detailed analysis of oncoming match. Regarding this strategy, we work online, and the first stake is performed prior to the match. Perhaps it is a single strategy, we enter the first stake prior to the match and finish pressing out if needed yet online. It is important. First of all, I will tell you about key benefits of this strategy and about nuances. And then I'm going to analyze the strategy in details and tell about the rules one should keep under the present strategy. So these are the advantages of the strategy first and second quarter per favorite. The first advantage of the present strategy and the most important lies in correct preliminary analysis of necessary games. The strategy becomes safe. We experience a noticeable plus to our bank every day. And following the results, we deduce all earned extra money from the bookmaker's shop. The second advantage resides in the fact that we have each day for the work under the present strategy. We may work out from 2 to 15 matches of all lines of the bookmaker's shop, every day from Monday to Sunday. Every day we make a pre-match analysis of the games in the BS line for the present day. Then we work out online all selected games at a proper time. The aim here is to select appropriate matches through the structural analysis and to work out only those matches as of the current day which we have analyzed before and which fitted us under required parameters. The next is types of stakes under the present strategy is one of the most popular stake types in any bookmaker's line. Thus, even in 1,000 persons work under this strategy, the bookmaker will never remake this type of stake, as it is one of the bases for bookmaker's line for basketball. The fifth advantage lies in that this strategy amenable to detailed and precise preliminary analysis. This skill is developed quickly on condition that you know what to analyze and what to take into account. A valuable analysis for the strategy takes about 2.5 hours per 5 to 7 matches at average. You perform analysis in the morning, select an appropriate number of uncommon events for the current day and work out every event online in turn-in necessary time. And the sixth advantage of the strategy is that it can be mastered from the complete ground up and in any age. I would rather say that it is better if a person starts working on the stakes correctly at once and not to relearn then and contradict on obtained vision and developed experience. It is always difficult to relearn. So far, I am going to tell you about important nuances of the present strategy. The first and the most significant nuance for the strategy, like for any other, is a qualitative analysis of oncoming match. I would say more. It is an integral component without which there is no steady earning on the stakes. It is taboo. This strategy becomes dangerous without preliminary analysis and will lead you to the distance, to inevitable leak of bank. If performing a correct analysis, this strategy becomes absolutely safe and will make you true in the quickest money in a good volume every day. We have spent much time, and before starting work under this strategy for ready cash, we digitized the present strategy at 5,000 past matches. Remember, do not work under this strategy at all matches in succession basing only on small coefficients provided by the bookmaker. It is unprofitable for distance. It is necessary to perform preliminary and very detailed analysis, without exceptions, of every match you are going to work under this strategy. It turns out over and over again that after the preliminary analysis you will see that outsider looks much stronger than a favorite, and correspondingly, in such cases we work with outsider. It means that coefficients will be high as well. That is, we do not start out from the bookmaker. After preliminary analysis of the upcoming match, we make own decision on a favorite to be in this meeting. The second important nuance in the present strategy is the required leagues and championships in basketball. Unfortunately, not all leagues and championships fit this strategy. I tell you much more, that not all matches fit even in required championships and leagues. Thus we have to analyze a fair amount of matches every day and select the most attractive of them, which will suit our parameters. As you have understood, there are championships and leagues not allowing to work under the present strategy, as well as there are championships and leagues we operate in, but with strictly defined matches. Now, let's pass to the strategy itself. Watch and listen with care. The intent of the strategy, first and second quarter per favorite, involves selection of matches for the stakes, which very likely will play either in the first quarter or in the second one, and once in a while we double mark the third quarter and hardly ever the fourth one. We select those matches where a favorite will win the first or the second quarter with the greatest probability, and only in 5% of case we double mark the third quarter, and in 1% of all case we double mark the fourth quarter. 95% of all matches are worked out in the first or in the second quarter. Now I'm going to explain it in a simplified form. All of us understand full well the favorite will most likely win 1 of 4 quarters. However, in practice, the favorite can lose all 4 quarters, and this unfortunately happens, even seldom. Thus, we perform a very detailed and structural preliminary analysis in order to detect the favorite who will not just win one or more quarters, and also the first quarter or the second one, and thus the average coefficient for favorite's victory in the first or second quarter will be 175. It often happens the coefficients to be 1 and 8, 2, 2 and 2, and the average coefficient will be make 175. Our biggest coefficient was 295. We pick out the matches and enter the stake on the favorites winning in the first quarter. The stake shall be done prior to the game. I will remind you that we enter the stakes prior to the start only in some matches if the bookmaker provides online broadcasting. I will say again, the list of such leagues and championships is to be demonstrated in our personal account at our website. In the majority of cases, our stake wins in the first quarter, and if it does not passes in the first quarter. So depending on the coefficient, we provide such an amount for the second quarter for winning from it to cover the lost sum in the first quarter and to generate profit. In plain language, it sounds like, for example, our coefficient is 175 and in the first quarter the stake loses. It means that we double the stake for the second quarter in order to win back the first quarter and gain profit. If the coefficient is less, we may treble the stake for the next quarter. If the coefficient is bigger, for example 2 or 2 and 2, so the next stake may be decreased or double, you may treble, at your choice. The only thing that matters is winning from the next stake to cover your expenditures from the previous quarter or the quarters and generate profits. Owing to preliminary and the most detailed analysis, we discover such matches where in the majority of cases the favorite wins self-confidently the first or second quarter very occasionally. Just in 5% of cases, we catch up our favorite in the third quarter and only in 1% of all cases in the fourth quarter. Now, let's talk about a correct preliminary preparation to work under the present strategy. We are going to speak about bank, and then I will tell you how one shall follow the rules. I am already foreseeing the reviewers' dramatics who will yell that one must have big bank for this kind of strategy and spend much time to work by it. I put it to you at once that you do not have to possess big bank. Working under the present strategy, we show many analyzed matches every day and they are broadcasting at different times. You work with one bank and each match in succession. To earn from $100 to $1,000 per day, you will need a bank from $300 up to $3,000. If you do not have that much money and you are trying to increase the income up to $10,000 having $20, but for some reasons have not raised yet, so you do not stay here anymore. There is no need to treat the stakes like gambling games and to be stuck on them thinking that just about you lucky and you find a formula making money for you as oil derrick. Stakes is a business and you have treated like your own business. Here, like in any other business, you will have to own at least small investments as well as to be prepared well before the start. What shall you prepare in order to start working under the present strategy? First of all, you need to open an account in an office having basketball line by quarters. If you have a small bank, you will need to have just one account. If your bank is more than $10,000 and you wish working constantly and at a long date, you will need to have 2 accounts. Why do you need 2 accounts? There are limits for the stakes in the bookmakers' shops, and if your bank is more than $10,000, you will have to double or treble the stake for the fourth quarter. Then you may hit an iron ceiling regarding this very limit, and here the second account will come to the help. This happens extremely seldom, and if it really occurs, you shall be ready for this. I am paying your attention to the fact that their bookmakers' shops having limits of the stakes to be rather high, up to $10,000. Little advices: If your initial stake starts from $50 and you don't want your account to be cut already in a month, open at least 2 accounts and try to enter stakes by turns at each account. Also, pay attention to the volume of the monetary limit in the stakes in your bookmaker's shop. Limits may vary in every match. In case there are questions on this point, do not hesitate and address to the customer support on the website or in the group to admin. We will certainly answer everybody and explain in more details. And now, let's examine things in their proper order. Open Bookmaker's basketball line for the current day in the morning, select required leagues and championships for this strategy and start systematically and structurally analyzing the match one by one. Thus, we select, let's say, 10 matches for the current day. There is no need to enter the stakes for all 10 matches at once. We work out every match in succession. We never take 2 and more matches being started at one time. We select only one match of such because it is very difficult to follow 2 or more matches at concentration weekends and you may lack means from the bank. Thus, remember one match at a time. In addition, it allows us not to keep big bank in the account of the bookmaker's shop and all games are worked out by us in sequence and we may easily select all 10 games, even with a small bank, however, still receiving a significant profit as to the result of the day. So, we have analyzed and selected the matches for the current day. Then, register all matches in the computer or on paper and point out the start time of each match. So, first stake is entered prior to the match. When the first stake has played, we enter the second stake for the next match and so on, picking up all 10 matches in turn for the current day. We act in this way. How may you work simplistically, I will explain you a little bit later. Now I'm going to speak about important rule in the present strategy. First of all, we put money down on the favorites win in the first quarter, playing at home side, and once in a while we stake on the favorite attending away competition. When you start analyzing the games, you will understand the ways it happens. The majority of the favorites like talking the first on the second quarter at home, but being as a guest, not all favorites play so confidently. But there are such favorites talking the first quarter even at home, and win the first or second quarter during away competitions. These teams are necessary to be seen and used as it is the main principle for the entire game. But for all that, in majority of cases, we stake on the victory of the favorite in the first quarter, which plays at home. Rule 2. There is no need to work under the strategy immediately for the maximal amount. We pick up many matches for the present strategy, and you may work out all matches with one small bank by turns, and in total it will give you a very substantial profit. Rule 3. Depending on the coefficient and volumes of stake limits, you shall calculate the bank yourself in order to work in each separate match. It is necessary to estimate the bank in every concrete match, in a way it will have a required amount for safety net in the third and fourth quarters. You will use a contingency some seldom, if necessary it shall be hold ready. The next rule of this strategy: never do 2 and more stakes at once. I have already explained why this should not be done. Act by turns. There is no need to chase after larger profit avidly. It is better to receive constantly modest profit every day rather than be greedy and lose all. Rule 5. Do not put money down on all games running under this strategy. Select matches in necessary leagues and championships and analyze them carefully. If there are few suitable matches for the current day, you do not have to attempt soaking from appropriate matches that you need. In these cases, just do not enter any stakes and postpone everything for the next day, or make stakes only for those matches to be completely fitted to all parameters under the strategy. Otherwise, you are at risk to be in the red. Rule 6. As soon as the stake has played off, do not select this game under the strategy anymore. The present strategy may be used only once in one match. You do not need to draw this strategy to other quarters as soon as the stake played off. We forget about this strategy in this stake. We may work out this match then by using other strategies. You will hear about other basketball strategies in next video. Rule 7. If you decide to work under this strategy yourself, you have to be great on basketball and necessarily learn to analyze basketball. Rule 8. You do not have to enter stakes during the game, in no case under the present strategy. It means that we make the stake just before the first quarter starts, and if required for the next stake in this match, we shall do this if the stake losses in the previous quarter. In this case, the next stake in this match shall be entered in the interim between the quarters. Let us suppose that you have entered the stake in the first quarter for the favorites winning prior to the game with the coefficient 175, and you see that the coefficient for the favorites winning in the first quarter has started to grow, and you become worried for a loss or excitement to earn more at the expense of the bigger coefficient. The hand starts pulling itself in order to enter unconsidered stake. Do not undertake anything under no circumstances. Just watch the game and no actions shall be done till this quarter finishes. Rule 9. You shall be necessarily in online regime during the game. You have to watch the game, and if your stake wins in the first quarter, just leave the game and work with it applying other strategies. If the stake loses in the first quarter, so put money down on favorites winning in the second quarter in the interim between the first and second quarter. Online presence is obligatory in every match. And Rule 10. Coefficient for work under the present strategy shall be at least 145. Now I am going to explain why. Certainly, if making correct preliminary analysis and with the coefficient at least 145, the favorite will likely win the first quarter, and if the coefficient for the favorites winning in the first quarter is less than 145, and if the favorite due to some reasons losses in the first quarter, so the victory in the second quarter and in the next quarters will make the coefficients to be too small, 1 and 3 or 125. You shall need to quadruplicate the stake rather than treble. In such cases we are at bigger risk. Thus, we take the coefficient not less than 145. And yet, the whole coefficient from 145 and more does not change to the least side in the following quarters, thus we shall operate with the coefficient from 145 and higher. On an average, we handle with coefficient 175. And now, let's repeat this strategy. We put money down on the favorites winning in the first quarter who plays home. For this we select appropriate matches in the necessary leagues and championships. If we keep strictly all the rules under the strategy, so in the vast majority of cases favorite wins in the first or second quarter. But it happens when the favorite wins neither the first nor the second quarter. In this case we increase the stake in the victory of our favorite in the next quarter. I will repeat that due to detailed and preliminary analysis, we may be sure that favorite wins the first or second quarter and once in a while it loses, and in this case we ensure the third and fourth quarters. This strategy is absolutely safe and you may start earning by using it right now. As it is, I have already told you about non-losing strategy for basketball and how do we work by it every day, including the weekends, it may be said the whole week. You have already seen all details and may start working under the present strategy all alone right now. This strategy gains us good money every day, and now it can do it for you. If you make sense of basketball and know making correct preliminary analysis of the matches, you understand all well and are able to earn under the strategy this minute. If you not know much about basketball and are not familiar with it at all, we ask you to work using this strategy together with us. Every day we analyze the whole bookmaker's basketball line and pick 2 to 15 matches for the work under the present strategy. Every day, without weekend, we post all analyzed matches to our website, and all subscribers with fee-paying account have daily access to these analyzed matches. First of all, we perform daily analysis of all matches for ourselves and work out all analyzed games every day online. However, now you may also to earn by our strategy with our analyzed matches, and it doesn't matter whether you have any experience or not. Even if you possess good experience in the stakes on basketball, it means that you understand perfectly well how much time does a preliminary analysis on the matches take time, and it is very difficult to do such procedures every day. Those players have imperfect experience as well as you also may work with us and receive ready, analyzed matches every day and stakes in accordance with them in the frames of the present strategy and to earn money. You do not have to spend time for preliminary analysis. Give it us for outsourcing setting free the greatest part of your time. Subscription cost per month or more is relatively small in the ratio of that how much you are going to earn even with small bank. We do not call anyone and do not try to persuade, it is only your business. I even tell more. The subscription is going to increase in price and becomes less accessible. In due course, not all wishing to will be able to join us. The cost of the subscription for those being with us from the very beginning remains the same. Now I will tell you about the way you to analyze the matches in paid and free subscription. You have to visit our website www.betball365.net and register there. Immediately after registration, you will have your personal account at our website. We publish one analyzed match free of charge in our personal account 3 times a week, and access to these matches will be open for you directly after the registration. Analyzed matches each day are available for the users with paid subscription. Users with paid subscription will receive 2 to 15 analyzed matches every day in the course of 31 days. All analyzed matches are intended for work within the frames of the SAFE strategy. We publish ready analyzed matches with additional instructions to them every day on the website in your personal account. Your task is just to work with them online under the present strategy, and that's it. All analyzed matches are available in all popular national and foreign bookmakers' shops. Also, you will have additional instruction and important details to each stake for you to act appropriately. Working with us just in the course of several days, you will quickly get hand-in and will be easily oriented. All commercial subscribers will gain access a valuable account where we demonstrate our experience of those successful players. In order to start earning together with us right now, follow this link to get to our website www.betball365.net. This link is duplicated under this video. Register at the website and deposit account by any of the proposed ways. Access will be opened automatically immediately upon performed payment. You will receive from 2 to 15 analyzed matches every day during the whole term selected in order to work under this strategy. All players and our clients applying this strategy in a correct way will be invited into the closed chat. We have our gatherings in the closed chat. We are in daily communication with each other, discuss various topics and share experience. Only those players are included into the closed chat, being able to work orderly and sharing actively their experience. Feedback is available at the website in the form of online consultant. You may ask any interested questions and get immediate replies to them. If you do not understand something or not entirely understood, feel free and ask questions, and you will get explicate answers to your every question. Working hours of online consultant is 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Moscow time. During non-working hours, you may write your question and soon you will get the answer to it. Replies to the most popular questions can be found at sections FAQ. Do not lose time. Move to our website right now, register, pay subscription for 31 days or more, and start earning together with us right away.